Zadie Smith's Life by Kavya Patel. Presenting a film filled with struggle. In college, Zadie Smith began to lose her voice. When she went to Cambridge, they suggested an incision for enrollment at the university for speaking. From working-class neighborhood in the northwest London, where she grew up, she picked up a new way of speaking, along with the unabridged Clarissa, a taste for port. How hard must it be to speak with two voices at once? The idea of two voices in one mouth is almost viscerally discomforting, with its suggestion of the physical and mental coordinations that might be required. One of her greatest regrets is not being able to live two completely different lives simultaneously. One of her biggest passions is the English language, and the most treasured possession is rhetoric. And curiosity. Her curiosity proved useful as she researched historical accounts in order to write White Teeth. In one interview, Smith was asked how she so effectively captured the perspective of Joe Java's witness, or the thoughts of a middle-aged man. Smith responded, "Books, books, and can you guess it? Books. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to find out about the last day of World War II or the roots of Indian Mutiny, get thee to a book's catalog." Although Smith knew she wanted to pursue writing as a career after college, she never took a creative writing class. Her major, English literature, provided all the inspiration and learning she felt she needed to pursue her goals as a journalist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zadie Smith was born on October 25th, 1975 in London, England. Zadie Smith is a famous British writer known for her stories about people, their backgrounds, and the world around them. Her first book, White Teeth, made her really popular. She writes in a way that's easy to understand but also makes you think. With other books like On Beauty and Swing Time, as well as essays in Change My Mind, she keeps showing why people love her writing. She is able to connect to her readers with similar experiences and struggles one might face in their daily life.
Shame gets a bad rap these days. I think it's quite a useful emotion, corrective on certain kinds of behavior. But that kind of shame is sad because it's about being caught in a mindset and feeling isolated within it, I think. And I think in England, in that kind of stratified class system, there's a lot of shame at all levels. The middle classes are full of shame, kind of self-hating shame. The working class is lower middle class, particularly because they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. The shame of not being understood or not being able to make yourself understood is a kind of corrosive type of shame, I think. There's the shame of being, vulnerable, the loser. Like, people don't speak about it very often in its collectivity, but for instance, when I was a kid speaking to my Jewish friends and coming from my position, you would often think, you have a secret thought of why did my people submit to this treatment? That's the question you're not meant to ask in history class. Why did 6 million die? Why were there 6 million slaves? But I think in a small child there is a kind of reflexive shame because you can't understand it. And I think when I was a child, particularly when I looked at the situation of Jamaica and Jamaican migrants, you feel some shame in the sense of, what is wrong with my family? That's what you would say in a simple sense. But historical knowledge, understanding what had occurred in Jamaica, the history of Jamaica, removes that shame because it gives you information, context, historical depth. The way I was educated, I didn't know anything about Jamaica. I didn't even really understand that Jamaicans were not native to Jamaica, for example. British education in the 70s and 80s was quite concerned with the inequalities of American culture, but kind of pulled a veil over what had happened in Britain. So I found that even writing this book and doing all the research incredibly freeing. It kind of, you replace shame with this kind of empowering knowledge.
Zadie Smith's books. White Teeth is a captivating novel by Zadie Smith. It is about two families, the Joneses and the Iqbals, who live in London. The story goes through their lives, showing how they deal with things like where they come from, fitting in, and being different. Swing Time is another awesome book by Zadie Smith. It follows the life of an unnamed narrator, a young girl growing up in London. She's best friends with Tracy, who dreams of becoming a famous dancer. The story takes us from their childhood to adulthood, exploring their friendship and the paths they take in life. The narrator becomes a personal assistant to a famous pop star, while Tracy pursues her passion for dance. But as they grow older, their friendship faces challenges and changes, set back from a drop of music, dance, and race. Swing Time is a compelling tale about friendship, ambition, and identity. Zadie Smith provides a great little glimpse into different people's lives by writing the book called The Fraud. They're not all connected, but they all make you think. Some are funny, some are sad, and some are plain weird, but they're all interesting. They talk about things from love, family, and society. Zadie Smith writes in a way that makes you feel real, like you're right there in the characters. For example, in this passage, we meet a scruffy young boy standing on the doorstep, tasked to fix the ceiling. Despite his appearance, the woman who greets him finds herself unable to despise him. This book expresses a wide range of emotions. Smith has continued to write novels, essays, and short stories, earning numerous awards for her work. In addition to her writing career, Smith has also taught creative writing at various universities, including Columbia University and New York University. She has been involved in activism and advocacy, speaking out on issues such as racial equality and social justice. In conclusion, Zadie Smith has remained dedicated to exploring themes of identity, culture, and the human experience in her writing. Her diverse background and experiences have shaped her perspective and informed her work, making her one of the most prominent voices in the entirety of the genre of literature. Thank you for watching. And that's Kavya Patel signing off.